Hello, for my video critical report, I chose an article that covered The Merchant of Venice. That has been my favorite play that we have read and discussed so far this semester. I picked an article from the MLA International Bibliography in Kent Library titled The Triumph of the Golden Fleece, Women, Money, Religion, and Power in Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice. It was written by Robin Rusin, and it was in Shofar, an interdisciplinary journal of Jewish studies written in 2013. In this article, what I wanted to cover was what she tried to bring all together as one huge article, but she knocked it into subtopics. The one that I want to cover the most is Portia. It is Portia as the most complex character of the play and the strongest character of the play. A lot of the research and a lot of the rationalization that she has in this paper has to do with the love affair, kind of the love triangle of Portia, Antonio, and Bassanio. So we learn in Act 1 that Antonio is very upset and everyone thinks it's because that his lover has left him and so he is sad. But he plays it off to be, no, he's in a lot of financial trouble. That's why it is. But yet when Bassanio comes in the next scene, he becomes happy again because he can see Bassanio. She asked the question in there, basically, is it because they're lovers? Is it because there's a sexual relationship there? I have to agree that I think there is something more than just friends. I think that Antonio probably has more feelings for Bassanio than vice versa. Bassanio uses him for not only financial gain, but support to go and woo this lovely Portia. Portia herself says a lot in the play that she is a unschooled, unlearned girl, and Miss Rusin brings that up about 3 times in this article, where Portia tells everybody that she is not this smart person, but yet it turns out that she's the one that can fool everybody and ultimately takes the power in the play. She talks about whenever Portia is this formidable opponent to Antonio for Bassanio's love. Antonio is willing to give a pound of flesh and even his life for Bassanio, but yet you have Portia who disguises herself and becomes a male judge and jury and basically executioner for Antonio and Shylock. She wants Bassanio because he is a good-looking, a young guy who doesn't have the money and the power that she has, so yet she can hold that power over him. Miss Rusin talks in detail about the power that Portia exemplifies throughout the play and talks about the power at the end of the play that ultimately leads to Shylock's demise as Portia does what everyone basically wanted her to do. She and Antonio are these opponents for this love, as Miss Rusin says, and yet Portia comes out the winner. And we wonder if, like Miss Rusin says, is that because of her power? Is that because of her desire to sway people one way or sway people another? Or is it because Bassanio looked at the bigger picture? He looked at the fact that, yes, he could be in love with Antonio, but yet Antonio has nothing left. So he will stay with Portia, who has everything that he wants, has the money, has the power. She also talks in length, too, about Portia's desires to woo Bassanio, but also ultimately bring down Shylock. She brings Shylock down in Act 4, Scene 1, as Miss Rusin says. she says she has this soliloquy speech that she gives, and it says, Miss Rusin comments, however, taken in the context of this scene, the speech is not just an iteration of this troupe. It has been transformed into a model of sophisticacy and hypocrisy. It talks about how Portia just utterly wants to devastate Shylock, just like she wanted to utterly devastate Antonio. She wants to show that she is the power, she is the woman. Miss Rusin comes back and back and back to this in this article about Portia's power, about the way that Portia is portrayed in the play. I tend to agree with basically everything that she said in this article due to the fact of we have talked in length about strong female characters in Shakespeare's plays. Miss Rusin does go on to talk about Jessica and how she is also a woman of power. She takes it upon herself to take her father's jewels and take her father's money and run off and be this Christian wife. So the article as a whole talks about the power that women have in this play. But yet when you look at some of the other articles, they wonder if Shakespeare is making fun of women, if he's using them. We can't really say because we can't ask him, but I will have to agree with Miss Rusin's take on The Merchant of Venice. If it wasn't for Portia, there really wouldn't be a story. And I think it is very entertaining to the reader to know that she is a woman and she is pulling the wool over all these men's eyes. Thank you.